Hello, fourth grade. Welcome to your Monday ELA lesson. So, our reading for this week is called The Big Race. The genre is narrative nonfiction. So, remember that narrative nonfiction, it basically tells us a story, but the things that are in the story are facts and examples of real things. So we have a lot of interesting visuals here, including quote boxes. So I see here that we have two boys together, they're talking. So this guy's saying this race car simulator is cool. Let's try it. We have a lady here that's introducing herself, it looks like. So our essential question for the week is, how can science help you understand how things work? Read how Alex and Liam want to use science to help them win a race. Okay, so today's story is interesting because you're actually going to learn a few things about physics. So, with that, let's get into it. Alex and Liam plan to build a car for the Soapbox Derby. As a result of their inquiry into how to build a fast car, they had come to the Science Museum today for answers. So, inquiry, that's actually one of your vocab words. Inquiry, it's basically like you have a question and you're investigating it. So, they're trying to research something. Last week, Alex's mother had called one of the museum's scientists. When they walked into the museum, a woman in a lab coat and inline skates zoomed up and greeted them. So, in case you don't know, inline skates, it's what she's wearing. So, notice how all the wheels form a straight line rather than having two skates, like two wheels in the front, two in the back. They're all four wheels are in one line. Hi, I'm Clara. Are you the boys who want to know what will make a car go fast? Yes, I'm Alex, and that's Liam, Alex responded. Why are you wearing inline skates, Clara? Liam asked. I'm a champion skater, Clara claimed, doing a spin. Then she whispered, That's not my true identity. I'm a scientist. Skates make it easier to get around. Follow me. So that word identity there, you may have heard it before. Identity is just basically how you define yourself. It's who somebody is as a person. It's about speed. Welcome to our On the Move exhibit, Clara announced as they entered a large room. So tell me about the race. There will be 20 cars in the race. We'll be going down the steepest hill in town. So that word steepest, it means it's a really just a crazy hill that descends very quickly. So imagine a hill that almost goes straight down. Sounds thrilling. It must be exciting to go fast. So thrilling is kind of it's another word for something that's exciting. So think of like how we call roller coasters thrill rides. It's because they're very exciting, they're very fast, there's a lot going on. Claire answered as she pressed buttons on a machine. This is a virtual race car, and this screen shows you the virtual race course and your speed. Speed is the distance an object moves in a certain amount of time. Okay, so virtual, we know what that is. It's something that's digital or online, what you're doing right now. Forces at work. So now we're going to learn a little bit of basic physics. Alex and Liam climbed into the machine. Each seat had a steering wheel and a screen in front of it. Clara said, Since you want to build a fast car, you need to know about forces and how they affect motion. What's a force? Asked Liam. Clara continued, A force is a push or a pull. Forces cause things to move or cause a change in motion. When I apply a big enough force on an object like this stool, it moves. If two objects are exactly the same, the object that receives a bigger force will accelerate or increase its speed, Clara said, pushing two stools at the same time. So that word accelerate, it means to speed up or to start going faster. So whenever you're in a car and there's one pedal that, we usually call it pushing on the gas, that will cause your car to accelerate. Which stool received a bigger force? Claire asked. The one on the right. It went farther, said Liam. So giving our car a big push at the top of the hill will cause it to accelerate and go faster, Alex summarized. So here's some visuals right here. So they're in a little car, looks like, and they're talking. I'm going to accelerate now. There's a sharp curve coming up. Gravity and friction. So more science terms that we're going to learn. Clara smiled. Right, another force acting on your car is gravity. Gravity is a pulling force between two objects. Clara took a tennis ball out of her pocket. When I drop this ball, gravity pulls it towards the floor. It's the same force that pulls your car down the hill. So gravity, we definitely know about this one because gravity is the reason why we're still able to not float off of the earth. It's what holds us down to the ground. So gravity doesn't just work on us, it works on other things. So whenever you drop something, it goes to the ground, right? Well, that's because of gravity. So it's the same thing when there's something being pushed down a hill, like a car, or if you ride a bike and you like to make yourself go as fast as possible down a hill, like I know I used to do that, that is possible because of gravity. So a big push gives us an advantage over other cars, and gravity will keep us going. How do we stop? Liam asked. You'll need friction. Friction is a force between two surfaces that slows objects down or stops them from moving. For example, I lean back on my skates, and the friction between the rubber stoppers and the floor slows me down, said Clara. Okay, so gravity and friction, this is important to know, they work opposite each other. So friction is what causes us to stop. Gravity is what causes us to accelerate. So friction, so thinking about a car example again, when you apply brakes, that's applying friction to your wheels to force you to stop. Same thing with bikes. Bikes also have brakes, so we use friction to stop things. Thanks, Clara. The virtual race car was cool. I knew we had the skills and capabilities to win the race, but now we have science on our side too, Liam grinned. Okay. So the whole idea with this story is ways that science can help us understand how objects move. Not just that, but how does science help us understand how things work? So we're going to be working on that question some more tomorrow when we do our Yes Ma'am. Make sure that you answer the reading comprehension questions that go along with this reading.